Hello farmers, welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you are new on this YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel. There are a lot of things to gain on this YouTube channel. Even if I'm not available, my brother will keep you going. And as well, there are numbers of videos from me on this YouTube channel that can still benefit you one way or the other. Numbers of people have come to my WhatsApp. Some called me that they are having fishes that are hanging. Some may have fish that hang. I will give them one solution or the other. After applying it to it, in few days they will still be complaining about the same issue. So what are the things that cause hanging in catfish farming? Not to waste your time, I'm going to be talking about 3 or 4 things that will likely cause your fish to be hanging when you stock them. I cannot say it's a genetic problem like family problem from the parent stock, because when you have them in your farm, maybe right from age 1 to 1 month, 2 months, you weren't having that problem. It was at the end of maybe 1 or 2 months that you started having this kind of issues. So I can't really say the problem is from the parent stock, but at times it is from the parent stock. So I'm not going to be talking on that. There is a video I dropped some time ago that I talked about all these fishes inheriting this kind of sickness from their parent stock. Number 1, it has to do with pollution. What is pollution? Pollution is when something is diluted with something that is not clean. Now in catfish farming, it is when your water is diluted with the dirty stuff, or maybe when it became dirty itself. Maybe it's mixed with the feed they are eating and you are not recycling the water, you are not changing the water, and they keep on eating on and on and on until the water gets dirty. Maybe the water seems to be a kind of brownish or whitish in color before, and you did not change it on time and the color changed to black or over greenish in color, or maybe a deep brown. In such situation, the water will become less conducive for your fish to stay in if you did not change it on time. So from there, your fish are going to be hanging. And you have to understand one thing about pollution. At times, your water will be polluted and there won't be any harm to your fish. But majority of time, when your water is polluted, your fish will start hanging and start dying one by one. That is to tell you that the feed you are giving to your fish might be too much. That is why some of it sink down, and when they do not take it on time, it's dissolved inside the water and thereby leave your water polluted. So this with the feed they eat and pull out mixed together will turn to ammonia inside your pond and become a problem to your fish. So that is why your fish tend to be hanging when the water is polluted. Number 2, that is lack of oxygen. I've said this in one of my videos before. Lack of oxygen is when your water becomes so polluted that there is no much oxygen for your fish to use inside the water. You know, fish need oxygen inside the water too. When your water becomes so thick and it becomes polluted, it reduces the level of oxygen that is inside the water. So from there, your fish are going to be hanging. Number 3, inadequate preparation. This happens to people that have earthen pond. I will explain how. In earthen pond now, before you stock your fish, you are advised to do the demold. What is demold? That is to pack the mud. This is natural pond, so it has mud like poto as we used to call it in Nigeria. So it has poto inside. You have to pack all those things out. If you don't pack the poto, the mud, now from here, this number 3 now relates with number 1. How? I told you that once they eat, they will poo, and that their poo will turn to ammonia inside the pond. So if you leave it for a longer time, or rather, if you crop your fish, like if you harvest it and you want to stock new ones, and you did not pack it away, don't forget that you are still leaving the same ammonia from the old one, which the younger ones won't be able to bear inside the pond. Not until you pack it out, prepare it, maybe you put slime, or you use a formalin chemical, or you use salt to prepare it before you stock your fish. At the end of the day, it might not be as soon as possible. It might be within 2 weeks, it might be within 1 month, your fish will start hanging. So when there is too much mud inside your pond as well too, and your fish are inside and they are eating, the more they are increasing in sizes, and the more they are troubling the water, the more the water will start getting polluted and become less with oxygen, and thereby leaving them to be hanging, and from hanging they will be dying one by one. Number 4, overcrowding. Overcrowding causes it as well. this pond, for instance, can only take 4,000, 2,000 or 3,000, stock 3,000. I've been talking about overcrowding as well for a very longer time. That is overstocking. Now, if you now put something like 4,000, it might not really affect them when they are young. When they are young, it might not really affect them, but when they started growing bigger, the space will be choking them little by little. From there, the size of the pond you put them in will become too small for them to swim inside. And from there, as they are troubling the water, troubling the mud and everything that is inside the water, at the end of the day, the water will start getting polluted. And also, the feed you are giving to the number of fish you have inside the pond is more than the capacity the pond can take. So once they poo, the water level won't be much enough to withhold, to keep their poo balanced. I hope you understand what I'm saying. If you keep, like, this pond can only take 1,000 and you put 2,000 or 1,500. By the time you started feeding them and they started eating, the level of this water plus the size of the pond won't be big enough to hold their poo. It cannot keep it in balance. So from there, your fish will start hanging, and from hanging, you will be losing them. Number 5, we are going into dry season now. So you should be very, very considerate about the level of your water. Level of your water, number 5, might really cause your fish to be hanging too. For instance, you have a pond. This happened to people that use tarpaulin, rubber tank, and concrete pond the most. You have your pond, they give you the tarpaulin, they set it up for you, or the concrete, and they tell you, yes, it will take 1,000 pieces of catfish. You have that in mind that, oh, this pond is going to take 1,000, and you stock 1,000. Instead of you now to increase, put the water to the level whereby the fish will be comfortable and they'll be living well inside, you won't do that. Maybe you are managing water, I don't know. Then you have the water inside the pond, leaving the fish to be like that. This kind of things too, once they started eating and their poo started getting much inside the small volume of water you have, from there your fish are going to be hanging. And also don't forget, as we are going into dry season, especially the concrete, the tarpaulin, the rubber tank, if you are doing this kind of things, please try to increase the level of your water to the highest level. For the concrete users, the block will emit heat, which will transfer it from the block to your water. So in the afternoon, your water will become warm for your fish to stay in. It is in the evening towards morning that your water will become cool for your fish to live in, except you do roof over them. The same thing is applied to tarpaulin and the rubber tank. So please increase the level of your water. Like I usually tell people, the maximum level of your water for the fish you want to stock should be 3 to 4 feet deep. From the top, 3 to 4 feet at least. So that is the level of water you should stock your fish. And the number 6 that I should not forget, that is very, very important, I have to tell you, is your pH level. Your pH level. I think all of us have to educate ourselves on this pH of a thing. If the pH of your water is more than 7 going upward, your water is acidic, so it cannot keep your fish. Like your fish cannot live inside, so it is not healthy for your fish. And if it is below 7, it is base, so it is still not okay for your fish. So you cannot keep fish inside water that is acidic, or rather that is base. The water has to be normal. If you are using paper or colored stuff, if you test the water that you want to use to keep your fish, to raise your fish, the paper should turn greenish in color, or the water you test with the powder, everything should become greenish in color. And if you are using the pH scale, the normal pH scale, I think you should be having something like 7. It is between 1 to 14, so you should be having 7. So 7 is normal. Between 7 to 7.5 is still okay. But if it is going beyond that, then that your water is not good enough for your fish. But to tell you one truth, if you keep your fish from day 1 to day 4 and nothing happened to your fish, and at the end of the day your fish started hanging or they started dying, even if you test the pH of your water, it might be due to pollution or something else happened. The truth is, if the pH of your water is not good, like if you check it and you notice that the water is acidic or it is base, your fish shouldn't even survive 1 month before they get to 3 months. That is, if your water is acidic, maybe you should find a better scale, or you look for a better option to check your water thoroughly. Is that you take it to the lab, or you find a better way, or you change what you're using to test your water. As if your water is not good, it is right from the first month of you stocking your fish that you are going to be having trouble with the fish you have inside. So that is that about the video today. I hope you still find something little to learn out of the video. Don't forget, my name is Simeon O. James. You can always reach out to me. Please, to some of you that do not used to watch video to the end, please try and watch video to the end. It is at the end of everything that you still text me and be asking me, okay, you did not talk about pH, you did not talk about this, you did not talk about that. I'm sorry to say, it's annoying. Imagine dropping a video, working, racking my head and everything like that to drop a video for you to watch, and at the end of the day, you still come and still be asking me the same question that I've already stressed myself, times to record and times to edit and to upload and to do everything. You are still asking me the same question. Going over it is really stressful. I can't lie to you. It's not really easy for us as well. So if you want to reach out to me, please, you know my number already and it's displaying on the screen. You can call me, you can text me on WhatsApp with the same number. Thank you for watching.